Hello everybody and welcome to some more Painting Little Tiny Things with me, not Robert. Robert will be back probably not next week, but I'm gonna imagine the following week. So after, I think Art is again out on August 1st, if I read the schedule correctly, and then the following week, which I don't know what day that is, but probably the, 8th or something, August 8th or 9th, one of those days, they may be back. But in the meantime, you get to watch me paint some tiny things. Today we're going to continue on this ATST. So I think I like the color. I think it turned out kind of cool. I don't mind it being so dark. I have some lighter color, so I might hit it with just a little bit of light gray. And then I want to put a sealant on it. Doop-a-doop-doo. I have that somewhere. I have a matte varnish from Vallejo. We'll put a matte varnish on it, and then we'll weather it. Hey, the fun stuff. And I'm making it up as I go. I've seen a couple Adam Savage videos and a couple other folks I follow on Instagram. I kind of have an idea what's going on with that, but we're going to try it out. And then we have the Sherman tank to get back to. So we're going to continue building that Sherman tank so I can get it in a place where we can maybe prep it with primer. I don't have black primer, which would be nice, but I do have primer, gray primer, so we'll probably pop that on there. So greetings everybody, I've got the chat over here on the side, so if I don't look at you, it means I'm looking at you, but in the chat. We have Fox and Wolf Crafts, welcome back, your tanks are amazing! I saw the pictures on the Discord and they're super rad. They turned out so cool, so hopefully mine will be somewhat as good as yours. That's fantastic, it looks so good. General Davis, hello, welcome. Ryan, are you doing Minnie's paintings too? He says, no. If you have any, you're more than welcome to join me so I don't have to be all by myself. Since you're just hanging out too. Well, General Davis says we need more Ryan solo streams is what it is. Fox and Wolfcraft says, okay, watching the minis, did you ever check out the tank pictures in the Discord? I answer that! Yes, I answered that before I even got to read it in the chat. So, yeah, I also have the, what do you have? Ryan has stuff.
I have
what did you bring over?
Andre and Starheart.
You have Andre and Star. Look at their own little bases.
Yeah. I only color them just so we could see them top down what they would look like. But
oh, yeah.
yeah, never ever got to paint them.
We should paint them.
Haley have theirs.
We should paint these.
Yeah.
Solon has needed figures for a long time. Sure. And then, are we working, I can't remember, are we working with a physical battle map or a digital one?
We're actually doing physical now.
So then we could pop these on there once they're painted. Mm-hmm. We need to get on that. Well, I can at least, if I get the primer out, I can at least primer them tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can get them primered. Look at that. Tiny little Starheart and Andre. And they're literally tiny because they're small. Both minis and small characters. So, well, that's exciting. So yes, Fox Wolf and Crafts got to check out the tank pictures. Super rad. I hope mine turn out that great. But in the meantime, let's get some paint in the airbrush and get it rocking and rolling. What do I need? I need some of this ocean gray again. Because I forgot to paint a piece. That's so annoying. I had all the paint in the airbrush and forgot to paint something. So now I've got to go back and, well, paint something. Which is a little annoying because that means I need to fill the airbrush with some paint that I don't really need a whole lot of. So hopefully we can, actually let's switch out the bowl. Use just a little bit of paint. It'll be good. Hope everybody is having a wonderful, relaxable Monday evening. Because I am just chilling with y'all and some paints. And greetings to everybody over on Volume as well. We've got, hopefully we've got some folks watching. I have no idea how to check that. I'm new to Volume. Never seen it myself. But we usually have some folks watching, so feel free to chat it up, say hello. Say, what's up? What's up? I was rewatching The Office. And like one of the first episodes, Michael Scott comes in, what's up? And like goes back to that again. And everybody's like all, it's all real awkward because he does it for far too long, and it's just fantastic. We love it. Let's see, we need just a little bit of this. Gotta love paint caps sticking to the paint. Stir them up. Greetings, Reed H. How are you? Welcome. Thanks for popping in. Hope you're enjoying your Monday evening. Doing whatever it is you do on a Monday evening. Bzz, bzz. I wonder if that came through. Because it's sitting right next to the microphone. Can you hear the bzz, bzz of the phone? Otherwise, because I can move it, if so. Not a big deal, not a big deal. What's up? Exactly. Man, you have to be an old person now to know that joke, I think, Ryan.
That is true.
That makes me so sad.
Definitely our generation.
Yep. You know what I didn't get any of? Paper towels and things.
Oh, that's cool. Right, there's actually stuff.
Yeah, if you could grab me a few of those, or if you want to spare some of the shop towels, if those aren't too bad.
Oh, we're out of those.
Okay, then paper towels will do. Just
What was
fine.
those?
Hmm?
What else did you?
No, just this.
Oh, just that. Cool.
Yeah. Since you're out of it. Ow! Of course I knocked over the iPad. What kind of madness is this? I will fix it.
Nah.
Gotta love it. Because I gotta be able to talk to you all.
Yeah.
Gotta hear all the good things that you have to say about me. Just kidding. It's not accurate. Not at all accurate. Let's see. When will the gaming streams return? Oh, from me, that's a great question. Oh boy. I still play games on my own by myself. I don't have time. I don't have time to stream them because by the time I get home, it's super late. I barely have time to play them myself because now your boy has to work again. And yeah, so I don't get time. But boy, that was fun though. I got a hankering to play Planet Coaster the other day, and I really wanted to do that. And then I remembered, oh man, we used to play it on the stream, and that was like super fun. I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed everybody's inputs. But yeah, I would love to figure out a time to do that. The challenge is I've only got 2 days off a week, and trying to fill I don't like to fill my days off with things to do, because they're day off. I like to relax and do things as it pops up. Sometimes I'll orchestrate certain things, but yeah, it's challenging because I stream Tuesdays and Wednesdays on the channel, and then Thursdays I get home really late. Fridays we're already doing something here, because I don't want to compete. I don't want to compete with anything else that's going on. Because what's the point? You're all trying to watch all the stuff that we do. So the only time we don't really do anything on Saturdays. So the weekends are pretty open. So maybe one of these weekends I can pop open a streaming. You can hear the buzz. You thought it was your phone. Sucker. Gotcha. For sure. Good to know. But yes. Other than, you're older than everyone at Perception. Will is close to your age, and Maddie. I'd probably be close to your age too. Probably. Because I think I'm older than Maddie. I have no idea. I don't know. She doesn't look as old as I am. Is what I'm gonna say. Like I know how old I am, and I don't know how old she is, but I feel like I'm older. Because she doesn't look it. I don't know if Will might be older than me, but not by much. I don't know. Playing games. Do not know.
Maybe Will and Art are the same age? Because I know Art is definitely in the older category of us. Yeah.
Me too. I'm older than I look. Reed says, well, why the fuck is the new Nacho Fries commercial so good? Is that the anime one? I don't know if it was Nacho Fries, but it was like from Taco Bell, and it was this fries commercial, and it's all done in like full-on anime style, and it's so bitchin'. It was really cool. And I'm like, damn it, now I want Taco Bell fries just because the commercial was so cool. MJO, welcome. Greetings. Heyo. We love the Costco churros because they're so delicious. Song stuck in your head. You're welcome. What's up, Derstrom? What up? What up? So you're not the only one who knocks stuff down. I know I'm not. But who's in the studio? Just me and Ryan. Ryan's running tech for me, and I'm painting. So here we are. Tamiya thinner is what I need because I got the Tamiya paint in there, and we're gonna thin that up a bit. And get to spraying some paints on. Man, I just learned about this this Millennium Falcon model that's like super crazy detailed and accurate, but it costs like $1,000 for the kit. But when it's done, it's like, that's the Millennium Falcon.
Is it studio scale or?
I don't know if it's studio scale. It might be just under. Studio scale for the Falcon is huge.
Yeah.
But boy, man, that's pretty sweet. I've seen a lot of other really expensive Star Wars kits, like $400, $500, $800 kits, that I like super want. I would really love to get the Tantive 4, because I want to scratch build the shuttle Titanium, or the Imperial shuttle as it's called, because that's my favorite Star Wars ship, and then the Tantive 4 is my second favorite. But there's a sweet kit for it, and I was like, why am I buying that kit? Because that would be really hard to scratch build. Tydirium doesn't have as many details.
Right.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Pretty angular and whatnot.
Not a lot of extra bits on the outside.
Not really with that one. There's a handful of things. So I'd have to figure out how to source those or build them in 3D and print them. But General Davis says, I think Kenny should do audio so Ryan can help with painting. No, it's kind of weird. Not really. He just likes you. He's a good friend. The new Bandai kit Falcon. I don't think that is the new Bandai kit Falcon. It's somebody's kit. Somebody's like handmade kit, and it's like $1,000. But played with my Brian dice set last night for the first time. We almost killed 2 players. Well done, good dice. So I found it really hysterical that my very first in-game roll of the Brian D20, it was a nat 1. And I thought that was extremely fitting. Which is funny because every other time I've rolled Brian and other people have rolled Brian, it's been a nat 20, where his face is just glowing at you. But my first in-game roll with that dice, it was a nat 1. And I thought that was pretty funny. That's why I joked with Danny that we should have made Brian's face the nat 1 on the dice versus the nat 20, because it would have been far more accurate. Okay, I need to figure out... This Tamiya paint is not as fine as I want it to be. And those that airbrush, is that the air pressure that changes that, do we think? Or is it a thinner to paint ratio? I looked it up once and I can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't. Also, like the nozzle diameter has some effect on it too. But...
Well, yeah, that might, and it might be a thicker paint, some doing it finer. But this is what's in here? Something pretty average. Gosh, I should know what's in here. But I think it's the. Oh, it's the medium. So probably like a 5 mil or something like that. I wonder if I decrease the pressure a bit. Yeah, I don't know if that's giving me what I want either. Okay, there we go. Lighten that up a little bit. Ah! Of course, the piece fell out, and the wet parts got where I didn't want them to go. There. Good enough. There we go. There should be building streams of the Futura Star Trek ships. Is that a brand? Or is that a type of Star Trek ship? I'm not familiar with Star Trek. Now I'm stuck holding this piece until it dries a little bit. We love that.
Peruta.
Huh?
I think you meant Peruta. It's a type of it's a model company.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I suppose that could be fun. I did mention last time there's a couple of Star Trek ships that I think would be really fun to paint. Oh, you didn't tell me the mic was in the way. There we go. Fixed. Yeah, yeah. It was sitting like right here.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
That's not a model that I'm building, ladies and gentlemen. That is a microphone that's in the way. Push that a little bit. Okie dokie. Now we let things dry. Okay. Let's see. It's a Japanese company that made Star Trek ship models. I see. Okay. You have one from a company that the USS Farragut from Star Trek Generations. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've not heard of that company or their models, but I imagine they're pretty dope. But I mean, I love me some Star Trek, but I don't love me some Star Trek. So I mean, doing a model would be fun because it's a model, and spaceships are cool because they're spaceships. And Star Trek's cool because it's Star Trek. So I mean, probably do it. But well, now I have a lot of leftover paint. I knew that would happen.
that not a primer?
No. No, this is just
A gray.
a gray. This is like the REF Ocean Gray that I think looks really cool on these. Until I get my hands on the Archive paint that I want so bad. It's a set of paint. They just released their acrylic. They did enamels first, but they released their acrylic set. And every single paint is a screen matched paint that they, well, less than screen matched. It's like shop matched, because sometimes the screen, the color correction and all that, and if you're shooting on green screen or blue screen and keying that out, it changes the color of stuff. But they have like shop matched colors for the ILM Star Wars models. So this entire line of paint is like screen matched color for every single Star Wars model application that you need. And it is gorgeous. It's like, it's the exact color grays that you want the TIE fighters to be in, right? It's the exact color like off-white that the Alliance ships are supposed to be in, the Rebel ships. And it's super dope. But it costs, I think the set of paint is somewhere like $150 to $200 for the entire set of like 42. Probably more than that, honestly, because I think I've seen sets of like 5 or 10 go for $75-$80. So it's a couple $100 for this set of 42 paints, but man, I don't have to mix anything. I don't have to guess on a paint, and it would be so nice. Fox and Wolf says that mic isn't far off because Bandai released a Top Ramen Snap Together kit. So who knows, they could have a mic for you to build. It's true. It could be a thing. I wish I could do something with this paint. I have nothing else to paint this color. I'm gonna double check these models. Both pieces look good. Okay. Painted some things. And we've got the legs there. Right next to the body. And the head. So yeah, I think those will look really cool. Such a cool design though. Like, I love the face of these things. Like, so aggressive and intimidating. Just the shapes, it's really cool. And to think that they just made that from scratch. You know, like they came up with the design and made it from scratch, all the angles and all. It's really impressive. More than I could do. Maybe one day, maybe one day. Yes, the entire U.S. seemed to have a severe thunderstorm, which is a little weird. Yeah, we had a tiny little rainy day. Yeah, last night it rained. I was in Rancho Cucamonga, and it rained there. Didn't even know it was an AT-AT. Well, first of all, it's not an AT-AT. It's an AT-ST, technically. All-Terrain Scout Transport. Nerd. But yeah, Washington dries the desert. Too far to steal your rain. What's the plan to make this edit interesting since it's already gray? James, ATST read. ATST. Weathering. Weathering is going to make it interesting. I'm going to put some grime on it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a little rusty, a little old, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of hard to not overdo it. And this model's small-ish, so it's real easy to overdo it, I think. Yeah, I did some panel lining repair earlier. But I may have just sprayed it away. Can't remember. But technically it's already interesting because I put like a shaded gradient on it. So it's definitely darker on the bottom, as if the sunlight's just hitting it from the top. So you can kind of see that a little bit down the nose, where the gradient hits. And it looks a little better in person. It's kind of a cool little shaded gradient thing. It's called Zenithal shading. Learned it online on the internet. It's pretty cool. At the Copacabana. Sure. Dirty, gritty, and used makes for a well-looking machine. Agreed. Give it a lightning belt or a bolt, probably. Why? Is it part of the lightning unit? The Imperial's specialized lightning unit. Let's see. There is still a lot of paint left in this. How do I want to? Probably just pour it into this cup, maybe. That's not gonna work. Nope. I want to just spray it all out, but. Woo! Writing my name with an airbrush because it's super fun. I feel like it's spraying better now.
Oh, good.
So I'm wondering if that was.
A little too much pressure.
No, I increased the pressure.
Ah.
I increased the pressure, and then now it's really diluted. Had a chance to mix with the thinner. I'm thinking that made a difference. Yes. Too But nothing else needs to be painted this color. Yeah, it does, it does. Haha, look at me forgetting things again. Yay! That's what I need to do. Paint these little pieces. Now I'm gonna run out of paint, watch. It'll be just my luck. Oh, the things that I didn't think I would need, I need now, so. Retrieve them. Made it back. Alright. Let's see here. Pop that in. Boy, I don't know how I'm going to support this. Probably just going to make a line right there with the paint. Let's do this one. Move some other stuff out of the way so it doesn't get painted. Alright, there we go. Yay, glad I remembered to paint those the right color. Otherwise that would have got really annoying when I realized I needed to paint the same color again for the third time. I shouldn't have made brownies. I can basically eat the whole pan. Yep. Agreed. The ATOT. It was as tall as the ATTE, but had the open top. Yep, at this point I don't know what y'all are talking about. You're all making up letters. I know the classic stuff. Not that the new stuff isn't terrible or anything. It's really good. I just can't remember any of it. It's weird. I can remember all the classic Star Wars stuff, but when it comes to the new prequel things, or not the prequels, but like prequels I can remember too, because I watched those when I was a kid, but like some of the clone stuff, but then when it comes to like Force Awakens and that whole trilogy, like I struggle to remember the most basic things.
Well, they don't even talk about what they're called.
Yeah.
You have to look it up.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. But it could also be that I'm old. And now I can't remember things. I don't know. Memory is going. But I actually pin it to the fact that I don't care about them as much as the original trilogy. I do not like them as anywhere near as much as I like the original trilogy. So maybe that's the reason why I cannot remember it. My brain is like, you don't need to know this information. Dump it. You hate it. Dump it. So that could be it. That could be. Painting some little pieces here. So this AT-ST has the ability to swap out some of its side mount armament. So you can take this piece, swap it in, and he's got this like a little rocket launcher thing on the side, which is super cool. And then you can swap that out. He's got like a concussion grenade launcher on this side and this rocket thing on the other side. He's got a like missile launcher here that you can put on the top of it. It's kind of neat. So I decided not to glue them in so you could swap them out. Because there's also, I think, because it's for the board game Imperial, is it Imperial Assault? Is that the name? I think it is. No, this is Legion. This is Legion. So with Legion, you have a bunch of cards and stuff that you can play in association with like the different armaments that it has. So I'd like it to be pretty swappable. So then that way you can kind of customize it when it goes into battle. So yeah. Also the AT Home, like a AT&T or phone home. Star Wars made up letters. We just remember them somehow, since I can't remember yesterday. It's true. And now Reed is just making up letters, which is also hilarious. Let's see. You get to see it on Felucia in Revenge of the Sith. Ow! I guess I just didn't know what it was called. I do like Felucia, though. It's a gorgeous planet. Super rad. So, boom. The AT-ET. It's one of these with ET driving it, probably, is what it is. It has the experimental equipment. Yeah, Reed's just over here making stuff up. We love that. Let's pour some of this cleaner in so we can switch colors. Oh yeah, look at the fumes just coming out like crazy. Like crazy. There we go. Bloop, 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 bloop. Airbrush cleaning, airbrush cleaning. Felucia's one dangerous planet to be on, probably. No, I don't make anything up if it's funny. It's silly. ETs exist in Star Wars, so yeah. Extraterrestrials! Pew, 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 pew. Alright, let's see, some more paints. I'm going to go a little lighter with the light grey. Boom, 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 boom. It has fungi that can kill anyone plus other deadly diseases. Ugh, no thanks. The ET-ATST, yes. Which Z95 handhunter do you like better? The one from Clones or the one that the Rebel Alliance used? Great question. I don't know of either one of them. I know of them. I know of the plane, but I don't recall the two different ones that you are speaking of, because I probably haven't seen all of Clone Wars and Rebels, which is where I'm assuming those two can be found. Anything exciting happening at work lately? Nope. Well, yes, but no. But yes. My job is of the such that it cannot be spoken about in public record. Mwahahaha. And I really wish it was as cool as what it sounds like, but it's not. But I just prefer to keep things on the DL. But yes, exciting things. At least for me, getting back to where things were pre-pandemic. We'll just put it that way, and that's nice. It's nice for my body, and it's nice for my paycheck. So we'll go with that. Good thing Mitchie's not here because she'd be yelling at me about this again too. But hey, it's what's in the fridge. This light gray is really not that light. I might consider mixing it with something. You're in a behind-the-scenes role that you can't reveal. I mean, I could probably talk about it, but I don't want to. Some people do talk about it, and they're like, this is what I do, blah, 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 blah. But, nah, I've always been kind of like, nah, I'd rather not. But again, I wish it was something really cool, and it's not that cool. I wish it was like some of my other friends that are like in movies and television that are like, yeah, but I can't talk about it. And you're like, damn it, that's so rad. But not I. I'm gonna try mixing paints. We'll see what happens. Hopefully some paint magic will happen. Giant acrylic flat white. The Rebel Alliance one is in an early version. Is an early version of X-Wing. No, yeah, I'm familiar with the Headhunter, with the plane, the ship. Sorry, itself. But I don't know what you mean. The difference between the one for the clones and the one that the Rebel Alliance choose. I don't know what the difference is between the Headhunters, between clones and Alliance. But I really only know of the Headhunter because of the X-Wing tabletop game. Because I have a couple of them for the tabletop game. And I know they're just like almost X-Wings. That's what I call them. But yeah. These Tamiya paints are like the strongest smelling acrylic paints I've ever used. Like, these ones are deadly. Most acrylic paints don't really give off like a crazy smell. It's the enamels that do.
Yeah.
But these acrylic paints are pretty strong.
I mean, same with the Tamiya putties, really. Like,
I think anything Tamiya makes is...
yeah. They'll make sure you get cancer from the product.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's California, so everything is known to cause cancer here, so I wouldn't be surprised. These little coffee stirrers are really perfect for doing some of this work, for mixing my paints and pouring it into the airbrush. That's kind of cool. Kind of working. Let's see. cake toppers of light Y-wings called the BLA2 Y-wings. That sounds hilarious. Fox and Wolf used to work in a fancy props building job, and now just boss people around the drive vans. Pay is better, though, and I get weekends off. Hey! Sounds rad, though. Sounds super cool. And I'm out of paint. Well, it'll just have to be what it is. I'm not going to mix that up again because it'll never match. But I just lightened everything up a little bit, and I think we're going to leave it like that. And then we're going to seal everything and then weather it. Back to cleaning the airbrush. I feel like a majority of the stream is just me cleaning this airbrush. But if you don't take care of your tools, they won't be around for you to use them. Now that you don't Fox Wolves and Crafts, can you talk about the fancy props building job that you did? I'd be interested to hear that. Because I too might apply for a props building job, should the occasion arise. I know a couple folks that work in a prop shop at a particular place. So I might apply to work there too. Maybe. We shall see. It depends. I can't wait for the painting to start of Starheart and Andre figures. Yes! I don't know if it'll start tonight, but I can't wait for it either. I used to build props for haunted houses and did a couple that ended up on TV and in a movie that never made it to screens. Oh, well, bummer it never made it to screens, but that's rad. I worked at Not Scary Farm for a couple of seasons, and I would love to get more involved over there creatively, which would be really cool. Especially building stuff for their scary season would be really cool. So we have our friends Adam and Jess Effects. You can follow them on Instagram at Adam and Jess Effects, FX literally, and they build lots of really cool props and scary things for Halloween. And I might have the opportunity to pop in and assist them on some of the projects they're working on, which would be super rad. One, because they're really cool people, and they make really cool stuff. And it would be really fun to assist them in the creation of those things. But yeah, scary stuff is always fun. Always super fun. Supercar. Doom, doom, doom. Almost time to retire that. You know, it's dangerous me putting my drink right next to all of the cleaning supplies. So, hopefully I will not grab for the isopropyl alcohol when I go to take a drink of my drink next time. But you never know. It's part of the fun, right? Squeegee, squeegee, squeegee. The movie failed because of financing. Oh, it's a rip-off Avenger-style movie anyway. No, alright. It's fairly clean. Where can we find this music, Ryan? What is it playing off of?
This is a new album on Stream Beats by Harris Heller.
Oh, this is Harris Heller.
Yeah.
All right.
This is a new one called Groove.
Groove. I play his. Gosh, I don't know which one it is that I play all the time, but it's the one that got the pink and purple like geometric shapes.
Yeah.
I don't know which one that one's called, but I played that one all the time for my gaming streams. I really dug that one. And it's really funny when I find big streamers playing his stuff, too. Because I was like, I use that same song as this cool streamer that I also follow. Or I thought that was right.
The pink and purple circles?
Maybe. What's the stuff called?
Shingu?
Nope. It'd be... Huh?
Shingo or Ego or Inu?
Maybe Ego. I don't know. I'll know. It's one of those things I know it when I see it.
Yeah.
Or hear it.
I usually play Nico for chat time because it's kind of chill.
Mm-hmm. The one I play is very, like Tron-esque and very... Something like that. I probably need to get some airbrush like cleaning tools because some of that stuff is... Well, I've got the cleaner. I just need like a tiny brush to get into the hard to reach places. Really make sure this paint comes out. But let's see. I bet you if I look it up, I could figure out what it was there. Let's search for. Ah. Well,
Not quite.
no, I have one of these too. I don't want to destroy the tip. Yeah, that's an important brush, and I don't want to destroy. Ego. Ego's the one that I play. Yeah. No, I don't want to play it right now. Yeah, Hadron Collider, FiberNet Speed, those are the names of those. Nope, you can stop right now, YouTube. Yeah, Ego's the one that I dig. But, yeah, good stuff there. Actually, I do have some beater brushes in here that I could use to clean. Where are we? Yeah, I think this one might be okay to use. This one. This one. I've got a few. There we go. Sorry, just a little bit more airbrush cleaning, and then we'll get to because I want to put the matte varnish on. And then we will get to building the tank. And do that. Coming up. Alright, it's coming out pretty clean now. Airbrushes and stuff just last longer if you clean them really well. They can last you a real long time. Even some of the like quote unquote crappier airbrushes can last you quite some time if you take care of them. So, since I made the purchase of a quote unquote nicer airbrush, I want to be able to keep it clean for a while. So, yeah. Anywho. All right. So I'll get this back over here. Who keeps calling me? Sorry, Buzz. I don't know. Nobody's calling me. You all can just hear it because it's in, it's right next to the microphone. Sorry about it. Oh, that's what I should do. Bring it over here, and then I'll set it there. So it's not on the table. But some crazy way you'll probably still hear the buzz buzz. Let's see. Water, applying thin layers, dry scrub. So I'm just gonna have to trust this is going on because I can't see it.
Yeah.
That's exciting. There he is. It's Brian calling for dinner. Yeah, probably. Feed me. What? No, why? Finally started painting a Tau devilfish for Warhammer, but it's big enough I need to pause and let parts dry before continuing on. Well, interesting. Wish I knew what that is. I'll have to look it up so I know. Done a few Warhammer things. Yep, some skiffs. Yep. The minis are very cool. Yes. The Warhammer stuff is like crazy neat. That should be fine for this. Now we clean the airbrush again. Yay! Everybody's favorite time. Airbrush clean time. Doop-a-doop. Tell us Brian's secrets. I don't know any Brian secrets. I don't think he has any secrets. Or how did Brian come to be in your life? Actually, that should be an entire show discussing the life and managing a felted friend on a regular basis. That could be a fun bit. Tell us airbrush stories. How did this become your hobby? Oh. Brian is awesome. Good thing he isn't a troublemaker like Chunk. Yes, would you be doing this on a Monday night without the stream? No. So we'll start there. I don't think I would be doing this on a Monday night without the stream, to be honest. Which is why I like the stream, because it kind of forces me to do some of this stuff. Because a lot of this stuff I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to do this, and then I just don't do it. I find other things to do. Like, to be honest, I would probably be playing video games right now. GTA 5 just released another DLC. Free, mind you, which is super nice of them. But I've been playing that a lot with my brother-in-law, so to be honest, I would probably be grinding on GTA 5 right now if I wasn't here working on this, which is pretty cool. I'm glad that there is an opportunity for me to stream this because it gets some of this work done that I've been wanting to do. So as for this, let's see, what was that? How did this become my hobby? I have so many hobbies. It's ridiculous. I like lots of things. It's a blessing and a curse. Jack of all trades, master of none, I think is what they say. I love to do lots of different things, but I am mediocre at like all of them because I like so many things that I just keep doing this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing, and I don't focus on any one thing, so I don't become extremely good at any one thing. But I love, I just found that I love detailed work. So painting minis was just like, let me try that, because I love sitting here and like getting the fine details that a lot of people are like, nope, I get bored with this, or it's too difficult, it's too challenging, kind of a thing. And so that's where I'm like, yes, this is fun. So that's kind of how it became a hobby, because it was just very fascinating. And I've always loved models and miniatures. I mean, who doesn't, really? Especially when you watch Star Wars and you love those movies. I mean, models and miniatures are just like the way of being for those films. And so... So I'm trying not to destroy this needle.
There's actually
go on.
a whole saying to that phrase.
Oh, really? There's more?
Mm-hmm.
Do tell.
So it's a jack of all trades, a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one.
Oh, I like the rest of that. Ha ha! Suckers! Everybody that deals in just one trade. Jack of all trades, master of none. What's the rest of it?
Oftentimes better than a master of one.
Oftentimes better than a master of one. Interesting.
Yeah. It was totally intended as a compliment.
And yeah, I mean, sometimes that does serve people really well, especially like in the prop making and modeling community. Like, the more skills you know,
Yeah.
the better off you are at creating something, you know? Adam Savage actually talks about that a lot, you know, where he's like, I know a lot of different things, but it's just adding to my tool belt of knowledge for all these different things. So yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I just hate the fact that I'm just so ADD with stuff that nothing ever gets done, because I like so many different things that I don't stop for any one of them, and I rarely stop at all, so everything just sits in its box, and I was like, I completed that. But I'm a master of many trades. Being cocky is one of them. You don't say, Reed. You don't say. No, not and sorry, Reed, going back, it is an online, it's GTA Online, I should have specified. GTA Online, so that is an online DLC for that. When you end up a jack of all trades, you need to find the motivation somewhere. That's super true. It's finding the motivation to do a particular task because you like so many of them, is to sit down and focus on one. Agreed with that. Now, what's next? Letting that dry, setting it off to the side, and getting the tank out. Tanking it up. Thank you very much. Let's see where we left off with this tank. Pieces we need. We're probably going to be diving into some of these, maybe. I can stay in there. Whoops. This tank is really fun because I have... Oops. Okay, caught on things. I have yet to put together anything this detailed. Like, this Tamiya kit is rad because it's got so many pieces. And it's so detailed. I have yet to really put together anything like this. So this is pretty super cool. It goes over there. Regen. So yeah. Planned on doing that over a month before we go there. Oh wait, this would love to backing up. Where are we? Some of us learned at TwitchCon when you tried eating that hamburger. That's right. Oh man, that valiant effort though. Valiant effort. Would love some actual GTA DLC since that is legit. A new story like GTA stories. Yeah, for sure. So just wanted to see what the challenge was, and boy was that a challenge, and bless you for trying it because I couldn't have. There's no way. I plan hardcore for vacations. The fact that I'm eating a specific restaurant, you choose what you're having. Really? So you not only do you plan like the restaurant that you're going to go eat at, you actually plan like the meal you will have at that restaurant. That's fascinating. That's kind of cool. I don't do that. I mean, I'll just pick a restaurant like, this one seems cool, and then when I get there, I'll decide what I want to eat. But that's a really interesting way of doing that, of planning, like specifically planning, like, we're going to this restaurant, so I'm going to eat this one thing. I get that if you go to, like, a specific restaurant that serves a specific thing that you're aiming to eat. But do you do that with every single restaurant that you plan to go to? Because that's kind of fascinating. Faux show. More tank building. You're right, General Davis. You're right. Because we're going to let this ATST dry a little bit, and I'm going to put some more of this tank together. Ah, we don't need this piece. We are finished with that tree. Let's see, where did we leave off? We need to build L38, and... oh, we need to assemble this whole rear panel. Okay. Oh, I have a question for Fox Wolf Crafts. When you built your tanks, did you paint things along the way, or did you assemble it, the majority of it, and then paint, prime it, and then get in and detail stuff? Because as I'm reading through these instructions for the Tamiya kit, it's having me paint certain things as we go, and I don't know about that. I don't know. Do you do that? Do you not do that? I don't even know what XF64 is. I'm guessing that's black. That might be black or... no, that's X10. XF1 is flat black. What is this one? Oh, that's gunmetal. Nice. Dark gray. So it's a specific color. So assembled in chunks and primed them. Nice. Okay. Tanks are cool. Tanks make me still wonder, how did we win World War II? They had Panzers. How did we win? So funny, so I got a suggestion on a YouTuber to check out that build, that tank. Oh, sorry, that doesn't. I don't understand that. Fox and Wolf's Crafts. I don't understand that comment. Shoot. I don't know what shoot dips. Assembled in chunks and then primed them. Yeah, so that's what I think we're going to do. Tanks are cool. Tanks make me still wonder, how do we win World War II? So, I know a little bit about that. It's kind of my passion, but I don't know a whole lot, but I know a little bit. We won by sheer numbers in production. We were able to outproduce the German military. So that's really where we won, is we could throw more tanks at them. And then when you start thinking about like the human lives involved, it kind of sucks when you talk about it that way. But we could literally throw more tanks at them that they could handle. And that's how we ended up winning. Yeah, they had better technology and better equipment, and their tanks were far superior. And we had medium tanks that were going up against heavy tanks. But the fact that we could just keep throwing Shermans at the Germans, hey, that rhymes. the fact that we could just keep throwing them at them really made a big deal and a big difference. And that allowed us to accomplish victory. Plus, with the tactics of just swarming them with the tanks, and the Shermans were smaller. Granted, there were smaller tanks than the big German tanks. They were medium tanks versus heavy tanks and that sort of thing. But they ended up being faster. I mean, the turrets could turn quicker than the German turrets could. The tanks could drive faster than the German tanks could. So you could outmaneuver them, which really made a big difference. And the German tanks, while super cool, they were overcomplicated. They were over-engineered. Ours were literally built so some farm boy from the Midwest could hop in it, could drive it, and then could also fix it by just taking a couple of bolts, removing it, and putting it back together again. And like the M4 Sherman that we're building a late war M4A3 E8 Sherman. But the M4 Sherman was notoriously known to be taken by the Germans and reutilized because it was so easy to fix whenever something broke. For instance, like this front drive unit, you could just unbolt the bolts on the top of this unit, and I'll show it on the actual tank because that's a bit easier. But you could literally just unbolt the row of bolts here, and you could just take that whole front drive unit out. And then replace whatever you need, pop it back in, and rebolt it in, and it was as easy as that. In order to change the wheels on a German tank, you had to remove the turret. It was like that complicated, and so that's, I think, was another factor to enabling us to win and to beat that, because they were just overly complicated. It was just took way too much for them to put it all together. Like this model that I'm building is overly complicated. So many tiny little parts, but it made a big difference. So, so you assembled most of the lower without the treads and painted. Yes, I've seen that done. Okay, Fox and Wolf. Then the top and painted, and then the smaller parts before putting them on. Cool. That was the route in which I was going to go. So, yeah, a new YouTuber that built the same Sherman tank model. If you want, I can link it in the Discord. I got a lot of ideas. Yes, please. Fox and Wolf, please link that in the Discord under the in Perception Paints, and I'll go check it out. I'm curious to know if I've watched that same YouTube video, because I did look up a number of folks who built this exact Sherman before I did. So yeah, numbers, huh? Yep. Numbers. You found my real nerdiness. Yes. And yeah, if you didn't know, Reed, I do volunteer at the Plains of Fame Air Museum in Chino, where we run and operate a M4 Sherman tank. So I have had the opportunity to drive the tank, and I've fired the main gun. Granted, it's been adjusted for reenactments and blank fire and that sort of thing, so it's not quite the real operation of that main cannon. But yeah, I know just a little bit about those things. But what always works in your favor when talking about stuff like that is facts and stats, and that's the one weakness of my brain, that I can't remember facts and stats very well. So I wish I could throw out all that information, but it's hard for me to remember all those things. General Davis, good evening. Thanks for popping in. Have a good sleep. So, you only know hand-to-hand combat. See, that's more than I already know. I don't know anything about that. So, all right, let's see. So we need... What are we putting together? Oh, the back hatch of the tank. Oh, this is so different than the Sherman that I'm familiar with. So, let's see. We need L38, which is this one. Right, that's, yep, L38. These nippers are so fantastic. I'm glad the guy at the hobby store, he recommended these to me. He's like, well, if you can spend the extra money, I would really recommend getting that. And he did, and it's a Mr. Hobby. It's a basic tool set, so it's not like, because nippers get expensive. Did you know that, Ryan? Yeah. Like, some of these are like $30 to $40 just for nippers. Some of the real nice ones are like $50 to $80, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
With my set that I have, because I bought that. Well, they came with my resin 3D printer.
Oh.
And it's just like, there's no way to take those parts apart unless you have an immersion. So it's like, here you go.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a big difference when you get a nice pair, too.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do I need? L36. That's this one. Okay. And then L21 and 22. Okay, we'll leave L21 on there first, and we'll come back for L22. All right. Let's get to cleaning up these pieces. This is more entertaining than the Olympics. Wow, okay. Foxmo says, oh yeah, God, hand nippers. I have a few sets. They get spendy. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I don't know if this is more exciting than the Olympics. I've been watching my fair share of the Olympics, and they was getting good. I'm really bummed that I missed the women's gymnastics on Sunday night, though. I was busy. Went to the OC Fair instead. Because I do love me some gymnastics. That stuff's real fun to watch. They put skateboarding in the Olympics now, finally. So I guess it's no longer an X Games exclusive thing. It is now in the Olympics. Watching these, like, 14-year-old kids win Olympic gold from skateboarding, I'm like, that's insane. What have I...
Similar to snowboarding with Shaun White, really.
Oh, that was so cool, though.
Yeah.
I do love the Winter Games. I think I like the Winter Games more than the actual Olympics, because I think there's more things in the Winter Games that I enjoy watching.
Yeah.
Because there's there's a ton of sports in the Olympics now, and a majority of them I'm like, meh, don't really care about. And I love the things like baseball and basketball are in the Olympics, because they're like, it doesn't make it special, because you watch those all the time. You know,
Yeah.
I love the random stuff that's in the Olympics that you don't get to see a lot of on the TV.
Yeah, give me like a curling event. I'll watch that for like 3 hours.
Right, it's so different. But like watching baseball and basketball, I'm like, nah, I don't need to see that. I feel like I see that all the time. I'm like, yeah, I know they're good.
I do enjoy fencing though.
Oh, that was fun. I actually watched a bit of that. And it's very fascinating. It's so weird because they're moving so fast that it looks like there is no form involved whatsoever. And I know there totally is, especially with fencing. But they're moving so quickly, I'm like, they just look like they're trying to smack each other with those sticks.
Actually, so when I took fencing,
Uh-huh.
my professor who I did it with, she was a Olympic fencing champion
Oh, really?
and a coach.
Okay.
And she complained about how, because of the way that touches are counted now, that it's gotten away from how, like, the form,
Okay.
and how it basically is just who can bash the other person first.
Yeah. Okay. So, and that's when I was watching that, and it looked like it was just a bashing contest of like who can smack this person across the face the fastest. And I was like, I don't see any form or technique happening, and I know it's there. I know they've learned it, but like I don't see it happening. And I'm like, this is so odd to me. But that makes sense. That's a bummer. They should go back to that then. Because I would like to see like actual sword fighting and like the technique involved in that,
Yeah.
versus them just like, and then I'm like, how did that? I don't even know. It's like no wonder we need machines to count these hits, because they're just all over the place. And I really hate the fencing swords that they have, with the little like ergonomic handles, and I was like, that's not a sword, like.
Yeah.
Because they got these like little L-shaped ergonomic handles, so they're holding them with almost like a pistol grip. And I was like, there's never been a fencing sword that looks like that.
Well, those foil swords have looked like that for a while.
Yeah?
Yeah, sabers.
But is that just for competitions?
No. I mean, the training swords tend to have still like the normal like grip.
Yeah.
But the more competitive you get, the more you get to that pistol grip, which is supposed to be so that if you like are batted away, you drop. Like you don't have. It's meant to not have control.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's harder.
It's harder.
Mm. But I don't see that in the movies.
No.
So that's what I don't. I want what I see in the movies.
Yeah.
They waited for Tony Hawk to get old for the Olympics. Yeah. Oh, he did go out on their setup. Oh, I wish I could have seen that. I'll have to look for it to see if it did. He probably got there and still school a whole bunch of people, though.
True.
I really wish baseball and basketball Olympics were only amateurs and not the pros. Oh, that's fair. I do agree, because you're like, yeah, we already know the pros are really good at this. And like anybody who wins a trophy playing sports, like any one of the big named, I can't think of the names of anything right now. But anybody who wins, any team that goes to the end and wins everything, and then that player goes to the Olympics, you're just like, they're going to win because they're obviously very, very good. It is fun to see other countries being able to play and facing off against other countries. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's actually a better idea, to have it be amateurs and not the pros, just so it's more interesting. Kayaking and whitewater competition would be what I would watch. Interesting, yeah, I know that's there, but I haven't watched any of that. So
some of those are fun, especially like the whitewater kayaking courses that just are made to look like they're going to kill you.
Yeah.
It's like, they're freaky.
I did watch mountain biking today, and that was pretty fun. Looked like a hell of a lot of work. Still building the tank. Yep, of course, because I only built it like on the stream. So, yep, still working on the tank. I am building some pieces on the tank because we're letting the ATST dry with its coat of varnish, so then I can weather it. So we'll be weathering the ATST hopefully in a little bit here, and then that'll probably end the stream for this evening. I'm gonna get as close to 9 o'clock as possible. Hopefully not go too far over 9 o'clock. 9:30 at the latest, probably, but... Let's see, there was the... no, there. Okay. So many parts on it, too, right? There are so many small parts. So many small parts on it, but that's what makes it a really good model, because all the small parts mean really great detail. At least it's only one tank. I have another one too. I bought a new tank model because I saw it in the store and it was on sale. That was the one that I really wanted to build, because it's really close to the tank that I volunteer on. So I figured I would start with this one first, so if I make any mistakes I can learn from them and do it better the next time on that tank that I actually like. I don't not like this tank, but... All right. So now we got to put this down here and get some glue. Time to glue it on up. Extra thin quicksilver. That'll be fine. Let's see where this goes. Literally sits right on there. Oh, you could. I wonder if you could hinge this open. You could have this door hinged open if you wanted to. I bet. I don't know if there's any interior detail. Interior engine detail. I don't think there is personally, but nope. So we'll have that closed for sure. You have an Abrams tank in storage that you need to get outbuilt. Yes, do it! That way I can see the finished product. That would be awesome, Fox. You have a real Abrams tank in storage? Wow! I'm afraid it'll probably be only one tank model for kit bashing. You'd only buy the tank model for kit bashing. Yeah. I can understand where I would do that too, except for the fact that it would cost it's so much money to buy these models and then kit bash them. Like, oh man. I would love to do kit bashing, but it's so expensive. Because each one of these models are like, I don't know, 40 to 50 bucks. So imagine buying a bunch of those and then just bashing from them, like, especially if you need like one piece.
Yeah.
What I would do is if I got one piece, I'd make a mold of it and then you just duplicate it. So maybe you buy one tank model and then make a bunch of molds of the piece that you think is going to be the best Greebly. But there are people that sell like Greebly kits for like Star Wars models and stuff, so you could just buy the Greeblies. But you have to pay the money to get the detail. That's part of the problem, I suppose. Yeah, you could buy the cheapies for sure, but then the part quality isn't going to be the best. You know, the detail isn't going to be the best. You're not going to get all these tiny little parts that could be used really great for Greeblies. You'd want to find the Tomito models on clearance to use them for kit bashing. Yes, that exactly that. But it's been really fun because I know tank stuff fairly well since I volunteer on one. And it's been really fun to go take a look at high-end Star Wars models. If anyone had ever visited Disneyland before the pandemic, they had a Star Wars launch bay. And inside Star Wars launch bay, they had a bunch of like studio scale size models of some of the Star Wars ships. Like the Tantive 4 and the Star Destroyers, and you could go look at them up close, and I would be able to spot the tank parts on them. That's the hatch for a tank. That's the pick and axe tool for a tank. So I'd be able to recognize like all the tank parts on them, which was really funny. So it's really cool if you ever get to look at them like real up close. This is 21 goes here. Yep, that fits nicely. Yeah, let's see. So tonight is Star Wars night at the Target Field where the Minnesota Twins play, and they introduced the Detroit Tigers using photos of villains from Star Wars. Yeah! That's super fun. We do things like that here at the Angel Stadium with Star Wars night. Necro knows a bit about Star Wars night at the Angel Stadium. But the Starship model is big enough, they may not matter as much. Yes. Definitely. Alright, sweet. Let's get this other... We're building the back end of the tank where the exhaust is, the engine bay, and then the exhaust. So these are the exhaust bits that we're pulling off of it. You have friends that do the ball game cosplay nights. Nice. Yeah, I do. I've done the Star Wars night at Angel Stadium with my Star Wars costumes and with friends that have Star Wars costumes. And that's super fun times. I really enjoy it because you get to watch a baseball game and dress up as a Star Wars character. I really hope that sort of thing gets to come back really soon because I had a great time doing it. Yes, I missed it. They just did Star Wars Night at Dodgers. Oh, did they? Oh, cool. I've never done the Dodgers one, Necro. Of course, only the Angels. I like the Angels one just because it's closer to me. Much better than trying to go up to LA to go to the Dodger Stadium. Alright, let's see. What else do we need to install? Lots of stuff on this. Holy smokes! Now we get to some real tiny parts. Alright, we need polycap large. We don't glue that. Do not cement. Huh. I wonder why. L4. $23 and $27. Whoops. What Star Wars costumes do I have? I used to have Grand Admiral Thrawn. Nice. The pandemic was not nice to him. Dodgers is okay. I prefer the Angels, but then I haven't done Dodgers in many, many, many years. Yes. Necro's like, I know what you have. Take a guess. Why don't you guess what I have? I have several. That'll be your only hint right now. I won't even tell you good guys or bad guys or anything. I'll just say I have several. You get to pick and see if you know. Other than Necro, you can't answer Necro. What I have. And you can also state whether it's finished or unfinished, because if anybody knows me, they know I have stuff that is not finished. Because of my love of many, many projects that I don't ever finish. So you can state what costume it is and whether it's finished or unfinished, and I'll tell you. Make it a little game for everybody in chat, except for Necro. You can't answer. Makes me miss Comic-Con. That would have happened this past weekend. All the pictures came flooding through all of the social medias, like all of the past years and stuff, and I was like, oh man. Super hate Comic-Con, but I super miss it. It's just become a chore to go to Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate.
It really is, but I do super miss it. I just love it for nostalgia reasons, I think, now. And I love running into friends, because there's some friends I only see at Comic-Con. And see during Comic-Con, so I miss that. Doing the random cosplay, just hanging out all day in a costume. I miss that, too. But boy, is it a crowded, crazy process. But I just like being down there in the area. Going to that convention hall. Lots of good memories. That's probably why. Alright, let's see. Too Tall to Be an Ewok. Vader, so many people jump right on that one. Comic-Con's like sardine. Comic-Con is like a sardine can with costumes. That's hella accurate. For sure. Rose City Comic-Con is going to happen this year. Debating doing a new costume this year. Do it! What costumes are you thinking about doing? I would love to do a new costume. I should also probably finish the ones that I have. But in reality, that would technically be a new costume if I finished it. So, yeah, I get tired of wearing the same thing over and over again. Let's see how this is going to fit. That'll fit right in there nicely. It should. Okay. Okay, that goes in there. Dang, the back end of this is like so detailed. Back of your head is ridiculous. Dr. Evil or reworking my yokai from Big Hero 6. Yes, Big Hero 6! I love Big Hero 6! May or may not have done some really cool things with Big Hero 6. Part of my secret job I can't tell anybody about. But those who know that Baymax is one of my all-time favorite characters. And I'm heavily biased for reasons. No! I ended up with 2 versions of Thrawn because of Rebels. Oh, yeah. I kind of should stop making different costumes with the same Star Wars character. 2 is really enough. I feel you there, Necro, but I want to keep going. I have 3 costumes with Rebel Legion, but only 2 characters. Yep. Not a whole lot of guessing, so I'll just tell people, too. Hardliner. That's Dan, I think, right? C-3PO is correct. I do have a C-3PO costume. It is currently unfinished and has been unfinished for 10 years now because C-3PO is a very expensive costume to do. But yes, I have a 3PO costume. I have, Yarum71 says, I guess you have a Luke Skywalker costume. Correctamundo! Which Luke Skywalker costume do I have? I should do Obi-Wan now. Hello there. But Correctamundo, Luke Skywalker, do have it. Yes, Hardliner remembers me talking about it a while back. You sneaky snake. You good memory, you. Proud of you for remembering. But yes, which Luke Skywalker costume do I have? Doom, 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 doom. Okay, what is that? Polycap large. I don't know what that means. I'm not supposed to cement that. It's 32. Where does 33 go? What's the polycap large, though? That's what I want to know. Black one from Return of the Jedi. Green Milk Master Luke Skywalker. Right. I have A New Hope and Force Awakens versions. Yarum, correct. Boop-a-doo-boo. Yarum probably knows who I am. I probably know who that is too. I just don't know your YouTube username. Yes, I have Jedi Master Luke from Return of the Jedi, and I have two. So that costume can be split into like 3 different versions: the Jabba sail barge version, the Endor version, and then the throne room. I have the sail barge and throne room versions of his costume in Jedi. The only difference is the tabards that are worn on the exterior of that, and then those are just taken off, and then the flap is lowered for the throne room version of Luke to create that like jumpsuit look. And then I need the helmet and the camouflage cape for the Endor version. And one of these days I'm going to get on that so I can have every version of Luke from Return of the Jedi, which would be really cool. And then I also have a New Hope Luke, which is mostly complete. It's just missing some leather pouches from his belt, but I have a New Hope Luke. Yep. I have C-3PO. The unfinished costumes I have a Force Awakens Stormtrooper and a Force Awakens TIE Pilot. Both of those are remaining to be finished alongside C-3PO. And then I have a Biker Scout. That one's finished. Biker Scout was the first one I did, and probably one of my favorites. It's an excellent costume to go to a convention in because you can sit down in it. It's armor that you can sit in, and it has pockets built into it, so you can carry everything. And it's also, because you're wearing a flight suit and the nether regions are not armored, very easy to go to the bathroom in, which is also a plus for conventions. So yeah. I think those are all the Star Wars costumes I have. Super cool. What is this polycap? I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is, Ryan? It wants me to put this thing called a polycap in.
I have no idea.
And I'm not supposed to paint it either. Which I don't really know why. Boom, 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 ba-doom. I don't know what this is, unless it's Oh, there it is. It's probably one of those. Why do I need to put that in there, though? Interesting. Oh, nope, there's also something else that it could be. Could be one of these. This looks more like it. Yep, that fits in there. I don't know why, though. Anyway. L32. I can't believe it's already 9 o'clock. Where does the time go? This stuff takes forever to build. I'm also probably going much slower than I could. I probably could pick up the pace, to be honest. But I like to do everything right and enjoy the process. I really want to do an Imperial officer uniform. Like, really bad. Once I discovered that they wore these really cool raincoats, like rain trench coats, in Rogue One, I was like, oh, I need to do that. Yeah, they're super rad. Oh no! Come here, peace. Oh no! Where did that go to? Oh man. I lost the piece that just went in there. Time to hunt. Found it. Yay. I thought that was it. Good. Doop-a-doop-doop-doo. Where does time go? I went to the bathroom and heard you all talking about Comic-Con and couldn't type a word because bathroom. And now we've stopped talking about it. But feel free to type some more about it. Ryan, did you see the Comic-Con merchandise?
I did.
Did you buy any of it?
No.
I did. I had to.
I already have plenty of dice and...
Oh, that's not an excuse. One knows we always need more dice. I don't have plenty of dice, so I went ahead and got some. But then they also had those, the end of line.
Yeah.
Like the official Comic-Con, this is the end of the line. T-shirts.
That's gonna get really confusing next year.
Oh, when somebody wears it, I was like, so are you the end of the line, or are you holding the...
Yeah.
Yep, that's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
We love that.
But yeah, like, they really should have included a photo of them glowing, because I
thought they did.
Quality, huh?
Did they not?
No, it was just them, just the stone look, and I was like, what is this supposed to look like when it's glowing? I don't trust that you have a good glow source in your dice.
Look up Kraken Dice on their socials.
That's what made them?
Kraken made them. And I trust their glowing because have you seen this sticker glow? This sticker glows in the daylight. It's that bright. Like, it's crazy. The Kraken Dice sticker. So, I mean, I kind of trust. But I think I saw a picture of it, them glowing, and I want to say it was on Kraken's socials. Because that's how I found out about it, is through Kraken socials. I didn't even know, I wasn't even following Comic-Con. I didn't even know they had merch. But I like anything with that Comic-Con logo on it because it's just nostalgic for me. So I had to buy this stuff. L16s. I never got into the 501st with my Thrawn. The standards were a bit high. Yeah, both Legions are awful picky. Tell me about it. It's why I don't play with them sometimes. Like, for instance, my A New Hope Luke didn't get signed off on because the pouches are a bit too wrong. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. I don't need it. It's close enough for me. And the little kid still thinks I'm Luke Skywalker, so I'm going to do it. You have Vegas to worry about. That's fair. That's fair. Jacob Darling, what's up, bruh? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Waiting to hear if you got press for New York Comic Con since 4-day passes sold out within seconds and all they had was Thursday. Wow. Fingers crossed, Reed. Fingers crossed. Midsummer Ren Fair. Nice. The next month, Rose City Comic Con, and I'll be broke for Halloween. I feel ya. Yeah. Let's see. L16.
Okay, I found the dice and I found the pictures of them glowing.
Okay.
In the description, it says purple glowing dice, and it's unfortunately glowing green. I was like, that would have been really cool.
Yeah.
Purple, but no.
So maybe it either doesn't glow purple, or they couldn't get a good picture of the purple.
Well, the inking of the numbers is purple.
Right.
And yeah, I don't know. I just want something a little more original and green glow.
Sure.
But then it's like, it's only $15.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap, to be honest. I was surprised at how cheap they were.
Yeah.
Especially because they have the Comic-Con logo on them, too. I thought they would have been more expensive.
Yeah.
24. So many costumes, Necro, so many costumes.
So are you going to try to do some weathering or just finish up the tank cooling?
Well, it's a great question. Are you cool to stay for a little bit? Or do you got to get going?
A little.
Okay.
Preferably on the earlier side of the back.
Yeah, I agree with you. Oh, it's already 9:04. Son of a... Okay. These little pieces take so long to remove and sand, and... It's because I'm trying to make my tank look pretty, Ryan. I like that it takes me like 2 hours to do like some tank parts, and Robert can do like a whole painting within that same time frame. Yeah, Reed, it is pretty fun to be able to go to Comic-Con and do things outside of Comic-Con as well as inside Comic-Con. I think that's kind of a neat aspect. Although it does create for a shit ton of things to do. And so the tip that I always tell people when they go to San Diego is be disappointed walking in. Because you're not going to get to see everything that you want to see. You're not going to get to do everything that you want to do. You're easily going to run out of time. Especially if you do anything else, like cosplay, on top of enjoying what the con has to offer. Yeah, you're pretty much screwed with trying to get everything done. So know that going in. But it's fun. All right. glue these parts in. They're gonna go. The little thing facing up. Okay. Oh, I didn't do that little piece. Son of a beach. You're always stuck at a booth anyway. Ah, yes. A lot of stuck in limbo costumes, yes. Nice. Okay, almost there with this back panel. Taking ages long. L40. There you are. So we'll finish this back section of the tank. What's L38? Oh, this is the whole thing I'm building. Okay. We'll finish this back into the tank, and then we will glue the head onto the ATST, and then we'll call it a night there. So almost wrapping it up for the evening. Thanks everybody who's been hanging out. Thanks for keeping the chat alive. That helps make the stream go by a lot faster for me and makes me feel like I'm not boring. So thanks for chatting it up while I do the busy work down here on the tank and the ATST. Really appreciate that. All right, so this goes that way. Okay, that fits nicely. It's gonna go in there real good. You're totally boring, but we still love you. Thank you. I appreciate that. At least you still like me. Did I ever find that one piece? Yes. The one that fell off. Yeah, I think so. I always feel like I'm boring people when I do a model stream. Might be why I stopped. Oh, yeah. If you did a model stream, I would watch. I would totally watch. Fox and Wolf, if you ever do another modeling stream, feel free to post it in the Discord under your stuff. And totally check it out. I'll totally watch. Even if you are boring, I don't care. You're building something cool. And you're watching me, so I'll totally watch. No big deal. Finish that. Put some glue on here. And there we go. We have the back end of a tank. That's what we just worked on. It's a little out of focus.
Maybe.
It was just a little close to it. It's good there.
At the top, yeah.
Right there and there. Yeah.
There we go.
That's what we built there. Put in the back end of the tank. You can see the exhaust vents there. A little ball and pinion hook joint to tow things. Looks like a demon sled. So we just gotta put all the wheels on, which will happen next-ish. Let's see. Put the directions down in front so you can see. The next page. We finished these 2 pages. Yay! The next page will be... You can see all them tiny wheels are gonna go on, so that'll be fun. That'll be thrilling. That's what we have coming up on the tank. Assembling more tiny ass pieces. So yeah, let's put some glue on. See if we can get this ATSD to look cool. I really wish this didn't have to be glued on because I don't want to commit to this. But we gotta.
You have to do it?
Yeah, it has to be glued.
Oh, is that what it said?
Well, it just
Right, I remember.
yeah, it doesn't snap on like I thought. I thought I could snap on and be like adjustable, which would be super rad. But it doesn't, so we're gonna have to just... We're just gonna have to play with it and pop it on there. I do need... I wonder if this sanding sponge can get in there. Magnets. Oh.
That actually is possible. Yeah, you put a couple little neodymiums and then they can always just swivel around there. Yeah.
All right. It's a ball and socket joint, so,
Right. So
maybe would I just flatten this so you could glue the magnet to the top of it?
I would get a magnet neodymium that is round
Oh.
and just pop that little guy off, make a little nugget
Yeah.
for it, glue that in,
Yeah.
and then you put a flat magnet in there,
Yeah.
and then it could
Just-
still swivel all around and do the thing.
You saved the day, Fox and Wolf Crafts.
So
These are the things. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. And so next time you join us, and I'll put the tank here in the center so you can see the work that we did today. Not a whole lot. Unfortunately, things take a lot of time, but at least we got the paint solidified on this guy, and that sort of thing. So yeah, a ball magnet and then a neo for the top. So Fox says I have ideas sometimes, and they're super great. So thank you so much for your ideas. And yeah, please post in the Discord if you do decide to do your own stream, or if you do any other models and stuff that you'd like to show off, please pop them in there. But in the meantime, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us this evening. No, we didn't get a whole lot done, but I appreciate you hanging out with us anyway, hanging out with me and chatting and keeping the stream alive. Let's see, tomorrow is Tuesday. We, of course, have Salen's Legacy at 7 p.m. California time. I never know if it's Pacific Daylight, Pacific Standard. I don't know. California time. 7 o'clock. Live Human D&D. Over on Twitch, and then on Wednesday on Twitch, Perception Check with the Felted Friends at 7:30 California time, and then Friday is a surprise stream. Is that one's on Twitch as well. Again, we're still kind of pushing for partners, so please butts and seats on Twitch as much as you can. Sure helps us out. We have chat time on Thursdays on YouTube, and I think that kind of wraps out the week. So thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.